Hey, what's up, guys? I got a question I get a lot, and I made tons of videos about this, but might as well make another one. Um, how to build muscle while minimizing fat gain. In fact, if possible, according to him, how to build muscle while losing fat at the same time. And like I said before, I don't believe that it's impossible to build muscle and lose fat. It's just a matter of increasing your muscle mass, which in turn is gonna not only give you the illusion of being leaner, but it's gonna reduce your body fat percentage. Many people have done it. Many skinny people put on muscle on clean bulks or just good diets, whatever, and still remain at a low body fat percentage. A lot of people went from skinny to pretty muscular without having to go on a big bulk and then on a big cut. So obviously they built muscle while minimizing fat gains or losing body fat. For people that had like a pouch when they were skinny. So obviously it's gonna take them a lot longer than somebody who bucks and cut. But the point I'm trying to make is it's not impossible. But first thing I want to say to answer your question is when you want to achieve a physique, you gotta study the people that have the physique that you're trying to achieve, right? So what I do when I think about building muscle and burning fat, I look at people who are muscular, right? Like athletes who are muscular and at the same time lean. So I look at sprinters, for example. Sprinters are your best bet. Sprinters are the living proof that you can put on muscle while burning fat at the same time, because most sprinters, when they first start training for sprinting, are not in the best, best of shape, especially in high school or whatever. And as they train, they put on lean, aesthetic looking muscle mass and are shredded as fuck. Right? And they don't, a lot of, most sprinters don't go on the buck and cutting phase. So obviously they put on the muscle while, cutting back on that fat because, like I said, the more muscle you put on, the easier it is for your body to burn fat. So your body burns more calories this way. So if you want to achieve that physique, then especially look at the way sprinters train. Make it short and simple. You want to limit your fats. You want to cut your fats to only the fats that you need. Your monounsaturated fats, you know, your omega threes, all the fats that are essential for your hormone levels. But you don't want to cut out all your fats completely. That's insane. You need cholesterol to for testosterone. Everybody knows that. But you want to cut down your fats. I know a lot of sprinters cut their fats to like below 50 grams a day, right? You don't want to cut off your carbs. I always stress this. You don't want to cut off your carbs. I'm not a big fan of low carb diets. Carbs are essential for energy and for powerful workouts. So you don't want to cut your carbs. In fact, you want to eat a lot of carbs. You want to also have your protein. I don't have to go in details about protein. Everybody knows for almost every profession, every sport, you need your protein. So protein is already out the way. We already know you need that. Fat you want to limit, and carbs you want to control your carbs. The reason for that is to achieve a lean muscular look. You want to do a lot of power movements, right? Like sprinters train. You want to first of all you don't want to do fucking treadmill cardio. You guys know I'm very big against walking on a treadmill cardio. I hate that shit unless you have an injury or whatever, or you just want to burn an extra 20 calories. I believe if you want fast results, sprint, jump rope, all that good shit. So sprint, do a lot of power movements. It's gonna burn a lot of glycogen, and a lot of people have a misconception that if I sprint for this long and I burn 80 calories, then that's all I did was burn 80 calories. No, sprinting has a great afterburn effect. When you sprint, the calories you burn doing sprinting is don't even worry about that. That's not even a big deal. Your body's gonna continue to burn fat even when you're done and you come back to your room and sit down. You're gonna be burning fat all day, especially if you do like intensity sprinting. So number one, sprint instead of doing cardio if you want to put on muscle and lose fat. Train explosively. Don't do none of that slow control shit. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm getting big, a lot of dislikes for that, but you want to look like a sprinter. You want to train like a sprinter. You want to be explosive. You want to do explosive movements. There's nothing wrong with fast contraction as long as you're using good form. Squats. You want to do power squats. When you training bench press, you don't want to do that slow bullshit. Like forget about the whole bodybuilding approach. Use like a sprinter, ballistic power approach, and you're gonna have that in the physique because in order to use power, which is what sprinters need, power, just explode it and stop. You need muscle. That's guaranteed, right? And in order to simulate sprinting in the gym, you want to do explosive movements. You want your body to be used to that shit, right? So your body's gonna have to build more muscle, obviously, because power is not just strength. Power is strength plus speed. Your body needs muscle to exert that much force. You would never ever ever see a sprinter that has no muscle, like a good sprinter that has no muscle on him. They need muscle to exert that much force over a short distance. So ballistic training, just be safe not to injure yourself. Do stuff like power clean, squats, all that good shit. And like I said, your diet. So as far as diet, focus on the carbs and keep the fats low, stuff like that. Like I said, because of all the explosive movements, all the glycogen you're gonna be needing for those explosive movements. That's why you need your carbs. So that is out the way. Training, ballistic, explosive movements, and you should be really close to your goal in a matter of weeks. You don't want to go as far as calorie surplus and deficit, whatever. You don't want to go too much over your calorie surplus. You just want to eat your carbs when you need them, kind of like a carb backloading approach. You want to eat your carbs the days before your workouts. This way, when you eat your carbs, they become stored, they have enough time to be processed and stored as glycogen, and then they become used the next day. So this way you won't have carbs spilling over and then leading into fat gains. So I hope that answers your questions. I try to keep it as simple as possible. All right, Team 3D.